right my space.
What's going on, guys? We're the Nikolic family, and we are about to start our RVing adventures. So welcome to the channel. We're just wanting to introduce ourselves, say hi to you guys. We're getting our first RV today. We've never really done much RVing, and we're driving to Vegas from San Diego today to pick it up and driving it all back in one day. So it should be a fun adventure, but this is the crew. So right here, this little guy, this is Ivan. He's 10 months old. My beautiful wife, Ashley. And then right on over here is Elon. He's 5.5 years old. And yeah, we're about to start these adventures, huh, honey?
We are. A little scary.
A little scary. Yeah, it is.
Dad, we are actually forgetting something.
What are we forgetting?
We're forgetting Jaxie.
Oh, Jaxie. Okay. Yeah, you're right. We did forget Jaxie. Watch this, guys.
And this is Jaxie. He's one.
He is about one, yeah. He is an Australian Shepherd mixed with a Lab and Boxer, and he's a pretty chill dog. Huh, Jaxie boy?
And look what I can do.
Elon's got some moves. All right, honey. On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are we about what we're about to embark on?
5, 6.
Okay, it's not too bad.
We've done worse.
Elon, what about you? Are you excited to start the adventures? Okay, Elon's excited. I think we're all pretty excited. So we ended up getting a used leisure van, Unity. It's 2018, and it's a pretty good size. We're gonna get some stuff retrofitted on it to help us boondock a little bit more out while we're out there. I think we don't want to. We're gonna start with RV parks, but I think our real goal is to do a little more boondocking, right? Kind of be out in the wilderness and find some cool spots, and should be a fun adventure. But today's video, intro to the family, and we're picking up the RV today, so you guys are gonna get to see that whole experience. Should be a good trip, so stay tuned. All right, guys, I just got over here to Van City RV. Ended up driving out here, and drive was pretty quick, and we just signed all the paperwork. Ash and the kids are back at home, so I just kind of beast moded this trip out here just to pick this thing up. We're gonna do the walkthrough right now and check it out, but so far I did a little walkthrough and it looks amazing, great shape. They have it inside right now, everything's plugged in, so it's nice and cool in here. It's about 110 outside right now, so it's scorching out there. Game plan for tonight is just to stay at the Oasis RV park that they have here, kind of just get my feet wet, honestly, with this behemoth. Obviously we're going to film everything, so I'm going to probably end up spending some time reviewing the footage and kind of making sure I understand how some of the stuff works. But yeah, super excited. Thing's super clean, and it looks in great shape. Just really excited to get this journey started.
So under the hood, starting this side, this is your cabin air filter.
Okay.
It's real simple. If you ever have to change it, just push down, pull it out. You
Cool.
can get those at Napa, CarQuest, anywhere. It isn't a Mercedes item.
Okay.
Makes it nice. Engine antifreeze here.
Yep.
DEF here, diesel exhaust fluid. Do not mix those two up. Bad things happen.
How often does DF need to be added to or topped off?
Are you a race car driver or drive like a normal person?
Normal person.
Probably every 5,000 miles.
Okay, cool.
There is idiot light on the dash that'll come on and tell you have 14 starts, 13 starts. Never let that go to 0.
Okay,
If you do, it's a tow end to Mercedes. They have to reset the whole system.
gotcha.
Engine oil fills right here. Back here behind this hose is your dipstick.
Yep.
Mobile One synthetic. Tells you right there.
All right.
Windshield washer fluid. Can't even talk this afternoon. Brake fluid here. Your engine battery lives underneath the floorboard in front of the driver's seat.
Okay.
So if it ever goes dead and you have to jump start it, push back on this, twist, hook your positive right there. Right here on the fender well, this brass stud is your negative.
Okay. Perfect.
It also makes it nice if you're going to put it into storage, you want to do a battery maintainer. You
That's where you hook it up.
Again.
Okay.
For your hood, primary release is inside the cabin. I'll show you that here in a second. Secondary is right up here on the top.
Okay.
So you pop it, release that. Then your hood prop over here. This is a fun thing. So when you get ready to close it, push up on the hood, push back on that, it'll go down.
Gotcha.
You can hear it do a positive.
Okay.
If you forget, you'll never forget again because it will blow the hood.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah.
So just down like that. And then right about there, let her go.
Got it.
So primary hood latch is right here.
Okay.
Right up here, come here flashlight. That black connection there with the red on it,
Yep.
that is your battery disconnect for your chassis.
Okay.
So if you're gonna put this thing away for a month or two, you don't want the battery to go dead, push down on the red, pull it towards you, move it away from the stud, that'll kill everything up front here.
Got it.
If you do go to disconnect it, make sure the coach has been off for at least 10 minutes so all the computers can shut down.
Okay. And then to re-engage it, just push it back up.
Just push it on and it'll go click.
Cool.
Window controls here, mirror controls here, headlight controls here, blinkers, and cruise is here, wash is here, twist like that. This button here controls your screen on your dash.
Okay.
It'll run you through all your menus. This one over here is for the stereo.
Okay.
Your gear shifter here, if you pull it all the way down into drive, if you kick it towards the passenger side, that's upshift. If you pull it towards you, that's downshift for manual shifting.
Okay.
Going down a hill, you want to downshift, not run the brakes, just tap her over once. When you're done, tap her back.
Okay. And does it display on the
Yep,
on the dash? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So rotating your seats is pretty simple. You got a bar right here in the front. Just lift up on it, pull it far enough ahead to where this is going to clear.
Okay.
And then right back here, you have a knob.
Got it.
Just push it away from you. The seat's going to rotate.
Okay.
If your emergency brake is up and set, all you have to do is push down on it. The brake will still be set, but it folds the handle down so you can rotate the seat. So to get it out of that, you just lift up on it till it goes hard, lift up a little bit, hold the button all the way down to the floor.
Okay.
Your seat is all manual. This is your backrest. This is your elevation, or to take it down. This one is the front of the seat to tilt it. Other side, it has the lumbar support. Fuel fill. No,
Diesel.
gas, diesel. Put gas in here, you'll be going, no. Usually what I tell people is when you're gonna fuel, jump out, open this, and then close this door.
Okay.
That way if it burps, it doesn't spill inside and you don't smell it for the next 6 months.
Good to know.
Because diesel smell does not go away very nice. Compartment here. There's a starter kit in here for you. Looks like
What exactly is that?
starter kit is a sewer hose, fresh water hose, toilet paper, chemicals for the toilet,
Okay.
and a 30 to 15 adapter, which you have another one. Because your cord is a 30 like this, but you can adapt it down like this to plug in at home.
And this is a 30 amp?
Yes.
Okay.
And they also gave you a 50 to 30.
Okay.
Which is nice. If you go to a RV park, sometimes you'll pull in and be really busy.
Yeah.
All we got's a 50 slot. Okay, you plug this in, plug your cord into there,
Sweet.
there you go.
Awesome.
They left you all sorts of goodies.
Yeah, that's great.
On the ones that have the thumb latches like this and a key latch, you always want to make sure you do the key latch also, because going down the road they'll vibrate a little bit.
Okay.
It will suck in moisture. Power cord hooks here. It's about 25 feet long.
Okay.
We have it into the wall. That is your cord there. So this is what's called the wet bay or the water bay. First one here is for winterizing. It's connected to this hose here. So when you get, if you're going to winterize it, that's what you do. But you can also use it for filling your onboard tank. If you're somewhere where you need to put water in the tank because you're low, but you don't have a spigot to hook up to, you just put this into the bucket, flip this to winterize, flip this one over to tank fill, turn your pump on, it'll suck it in
water.
and put it right in your tank.
Winterize is getting it ready for the winter, like
Yeah.
to store it, or
Yeah.
to operate it in the winter?
No, to put it away for winter.
Put it away. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
you're just sucking antifreeze through the lines.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know if you'll ever get into that point.
Not in San Diego, I don't think.
Perfect. Outside shower, hot and cold running water. You do have a shut off on the head here.
Okay.
When you're done, you want to make sure you shut these off. It'll act like a mixing chamber. It will steal some of the hot water from inside.
Got it.
City water connect here.
Okay.
You do have a port right down here that you can run the garden hose up through.
Okay.
And then just hook it up to there. That way you can close this if you're at a campground. It doesn't have to stay open.
I gotcha. Okay.
So when you're on city water, you're going to be straight up and down like this.
All right.
But let's say you're there and you're going, hey, we're going to be out of water for a couple days. We aren't going to have water to hook into. I want to fill my tank. All you do is rotate it over 90 degrees, starts filling the onboard tank.
Okay.
When it's full, there's overflows on the ground, on the underside of the coach. It'll start peeing on the ground. When you're done with that, just rotate her over and you're ready to go.
So when we're boondocking, we would just up and down fill it and then turn it.
If you're going to fill the tank, you rotate it there to fill the tank. When
Okay.
you're done filling, you rotate it back.
I gotcha.
You're ready to go.
Okay.
Next one over is you have a water pump switch out here. So if you're out here, let's say you're dumping the tank, you go, I need to rinse something off. You don't have to run inside.
Yep.
You can turn the pump on out here. Next one over, this is your propane master switch. The only time you really have to shut this off is when you're getting the tank filled, and they'll use these two valves.
Got it.
So you'll pull in, make sure all your appliances are shut off inside, come out here, you shut this switch off, they'll hook up, fill it up.
Shutting inside appliances off, is that like a master switch or?
No, you just shut your refrigerator off, make sure your furnace is shut off, hot water heater shut off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
That way, because your fridge is right there,
Yeah.
and if it's on and burning and they have a slow leak, it can cause an explosion. So you shut this off, they'll fill up. When they're done, just turn it back on, you're ready to go.
Okay.
You can also, if you're going through a long bridge or you're on a ferry and they say shut propane off, just shut this off. Next one's dumping the tanks. So they gave you a really nice hose. So when you go to open this cap, there's always going to be water in there.
Okay.
Yucky water. So gloves.
Yeah.
Hold your hose underneath there, spin the cap, put your hose on, put it in the ground, pull your black tank. It's going to start flowing. You'll see the hose move a little bit. When it's done, shut it off, pull the gray, flushes it out for you.
Okay.
This is a black tank flush. So there's like a sprayer inside your black tank. So if you want to use this, if you're at a campground with full hookups, you'll have a garden hose hookup. You want to use something different than your city water, just in case it does backfeed, so you don't contaminate your onboard water. But you'd hook a hose up there, have it in the ground, black tank open, hook your hose up, turn it on, and just let it run through for a little bit. Just flushes the tank out. Some people will tell you it's okay to hook a hose up here and have your valve shut. Problem with that is it takes about 7 to 10 minutes to fill the tank up. First place it's going to exit is through the toilet. Next place, if that holds, which 90% of the time, believe it or not, it does hold, it'll come off the roof through the vent stack.
Oh, wow.
I've had a few people flood their coaches because they did hook up to this.
Wow. Okay.
So that's why I kind of make a little bit of a deal about it.
Yeah.
Save some headaches.
Yeah, good to know.
And the light in here is controlled inside. I'll show you that when we get there.
Okay.
Closing your doors, just push in on it, twist them, lay them flat. This is your ladder to get up on the roof.
Okay.
So it just goes 90, down, way to go.
All right. Simple enough.
Most people look at the C's and go, yeah, that ain't gonna hold me. If it holds me, it'll hold most people. And then you just have two clips up there that it snaps into.
Nice.
And this light's controlled by that same switch.
Okay.
If you have something big, this shelf does come out. All your compartments except for the wet bay are lockable.
Okay.
They all take the same key, which is a CH751. Anybody that owns a camper probably has that key. Furnace exhaust, don't stack anything against there. Next one we're going to play with is your water heater. This is a Truma on demand. Power switch out here.
Okay.
Notice it says power on, off, power on. It doesn't matter if you power up or down to turn it on. The only reason you need this is if it kicks a code inside, the one inside is going to flash at you. Shut it off inside, come out here, shut this off, wait 30 seconds, turn it on, wait 15 seconds before you turn the one on inside. That'll reset any codes.
Okay.
Almost any codes. But that's why you need to know that. But it doesn't matter which way you
So
flip
they
it.
do the exact same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
They used to have the controls out here before they had them inside, where you'd have to come out here and switch it between comfort and economy.
Got it.
And why they just didn't re-engineer a new switch, nobody knows. Another thing, when you're getting ready to pull this out, those tabs, when you unlock it, it'll come to there. Don't pull down. Let
Break
it
it.
come to there and then lift.
Okay.
110 plugins, for when you're plugged into shore power. This storage compartment, the front part of it is your inverter. That is a 1,000-watt inverter. So it runs a couple plug-ins inside of your TVs.
Okay.
That's it. Don't stack anything in this side. This side you can fill it. Awning control lives on the base of your passenger seat.
Oh.
The first switch here turns on the awning lights.
Very nice.
The next one is your control. So push and hold. So you have legs that come out to here. So to get your legs out, you come up here on the awning, these orange tabs, release it, pull it in a little bit, lock it back in. And then you're going to come over here, pick it up, so it comes past that foot. Bring it out. Lift up on this tab here, set it in, and then you can adjust it up a little bit and then lock it into place. With the arms, you can leave it out a little bit, but if it's starting to get windy, you'll want to put it away. This thing, they're notorious sales, and even with it locked.
Yeah, it's still pretty loose, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, breaking down, release this, lift up on this, slide her up to about right there, and then on the end here you can see two fingers, one here and one up here. There's little slots you have to line it up in.
Got it.
And as you're going in, hold this foot up so it goes up over and let it drop in. There's a little lip there that catches on. And then release so it's solid, lock it in.
Okay.
If you don't do that full extension, they can vibrate and jump off the end. Then they go in behind those caps up there. Oh, it's fun. So your batteries for the house live right under here.
Okay.
So you have two little push tabs. You just pull those rings up, pull it towards you, spin it, bring it out. And it has a metal bar underneath there, so be careful where you lay it.
Okay.
And then it's got the same type of latch for that. You just pop it, twist it, pull that board out, and you're right into the battery. This is your battery disconnect. So if we shut this off, we just shut everything in the house off.
Okay.
And we can turn it right back on. Power distribution center. 110 breakers here, 12 volt fuses here. There are red LEDs beside the fuses, so if a fuse pops, it's going to light up and tell you which fuse is blown. LPCO2 detector, or propane carbon monoxide. This one, if you push it down, it lights the two handles.
Okay.
Center's off. Up is your outside porch light. This one here is the step control for this step. When it's down, every time you open and close the door, the step's going to go in and out.
Okay.
If you push it up, now if you close the door, the step's going to stay out after you open it. Makes it easier to go.
Got it.
If you leave it in the up position and close the door, go start the vehicle, it will suck in.
Okay.
There is a safety on it. This next one is what we call our vanity lighting, which is all the little lights up above.
Got it.
The one that is lit is for your water compartment over there and the big storage one here. This is your dimmer control for the lights down the center. Up above the door, more fun stuff. This is your slide out control. Up and in, down and out. So it'll run the slide in and out for you.
Okay.
This is your Truma water heater. So there's 5, I'll do it this way, 5 positions. Bottom is clean, winter, off, comfort, and economy. You're gonna play with off, comfort, and economy. You're not gonna play with these bottom 2. Because if you go down into clean mode, you're gonna have to be hooked to fresh water. It's gonna take you about 20 minutes and 20 to 40 gallons of water to get it out of that.
Wow, okay.
So if you kick it up once, light comes on, converter's on, I can't hear my pump. There's a pump on the water heater that'll turn on. What it's doing is starting to circulate water to all the hot water faucets.
Okay.
So once it gets that water hot, it'll shut down. Once it cools off, it's going to fire up again. If you don't like that noise, just rotate it up one more, which is economy. And then it's just an on-demand water heater. It isn't going to light till you request hot water. From the water heater to this one in economy is about 7 seconds. You're going to feel the temperature change.
Got it.
To the back maybe 15-20 seconds.
For boondocking, is that kind of the most ideal, or just leave it off until we need to use it?
Just kick it into comfort mode.
Okay.
That way it preheats the water to the faucets, and it's a lot quicker. You don't waste as much water.
Okay.
When you're done with it, just shut her off.
Okay.
If it goes into code warning, this light's going to flash at you.
Okay.
Did.
And what is that telling us?
That's telling you it went into error for some reason.
Okay.
So shut it off here, go outside, shut it off, try it again.
Got it.
Most of them are soft codes where they'll just reset.
Yeah.
If it goes into a hard code, yeah, you'll have to bring it into somebody.
Okay.
Next one over is your monitor panel. Tells you your batteries, freshwater tank, which is full, gray tank, black tank, and propane.
Okay.
Next switch up here is a water pump. So you have one outside, one here, and you have one in the bathroom.
Got it.
So if the water pump's on, that little green light's going to be on. So now we can go to any faucet, turn it on, flush the toilet, do whatever. We're pulling water out of the tank.
Got it. So that needs to be on if we're going to use any of the
If
faucet
you're not
shower.
hooked to city water or garden hose right in.
Got it.
If you're hooked to city water, you're just running off line pressure. You don't have to have that on.
Got it.
Next one is your generator control. If it's been sitting for a while, it's best to run these things about an hour a month under a load. So if it's hot out, air conditioner. If it's cold out, turn the heat pump on.
Okay.
They like to work. But if it's sat for a while, if you hadn't had time, you've been gone,
Yeah.
just push and hold stop. Light's going to go on. That click you heard is a purge valve.
Okay.
So it's purging anything out of the carburetor, bringing fresh LP into it. Push and hold start. Away we go.
Okay.
So in 20 hours will be your first oil change. So it's 50 hours, and then after that it's every 100 hours. I wouldn't let it go over 2 years.
Okay.
Next one over is your inverter. But to wake up the screen, just hit any button, it turns the light on. So it's telling me our battery's pulling 11 amps. It's in float mode because we're plugged in, we're charging. And the batteries are at 13.3. If you're parked somewhere, let's say you're on a trip and you're pulling in somewhere, you want to catch the local news, see what's happening in the world, all you do is push the on off button, the first one, the little green light came on. So now we're inverting power. We're actually not because we're plugged in, but you would be inverting power from the batteries to the TVs and any plug-in that is marked like this. It says inverted, 1,000 watts. So it's usually back here by the bed, one here in the kitchen in your TV section.
Okay.
When you're done with the inverter, make sure you shut it off.
Otherwise, they'll drain the battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big draw. Also on your cabinets, they have a big lever like this.
Yeah.
So it's just pinched open, but like this one's hard. So just hook your finger over the top of it and pull down just a little bit.
Okay.
And that'll get you into them.
Cool.
So the light up here, this is for the power booster on the TV up on the roof. So if you want to catch what's on the air, that has to be on. Turn your TV on, go to menu, go to channel, do a channel scan.
Okay.
It'll pick up whatever channels it can find.
Got it.
If you hook up to cable, which is out in the water bay, I don't think I showed you that. But if you hook up to cable there and you're at a camp that provides cable, you want to make sure you push that button and the light goes out.
It'll kind of switch the sources.
Yeah. Yes. So external satellites there. Roof one's your primary. If you ever put a satellite up on the roof, it's pre-wired.
Yeah.
That's a inverted circuit, and so is that.
Okay.
This cute little bugger here is your Hdmi Matrix, which is really nice because let's say you want to add satellite, you have inputs in the back, 4 inputs. So right now the DVD player, which is that, is hooked to 1. So if you have a satellite, a Fire Stick, or you just plug it into the back of that, then change it over to whatever channel, so you can watch a DVD here. Is there a TV back here?
Yeah.
Gotta be, yeah. And you can watch something back there. It makes it nice to where you don't have to run multiple cables to everywhere. And this one is one of the better ones. You have A, B, and C zone. C zone is dead. A is front zone. B is back zone.
Okay. So if we wanted to turn off the back speakers because someone was watching, just push that.
Yeah.
Got it.
It is AM, FM, CD, DVD, USB, aux in, Bluetooth. It does a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
They're okay stereos.
Yeah.
So your cabinets up here, to get into them, just push on them and it's going to pop them open. Just remember, when you get ready to run the slide, that this one's closed.
Okay.
It will rip it off. That is your solar control.
Okay.
So if I hit like A button, it's going to wake the screen up so you can see it. Then you can just keep touching A. Nope, it's B button. There we go. Tell you how many amps are pulling, where your batteries are at.
Okay.
But nothing much to do with that. That's just grabbing your solar, bringing it in for you. Stovetop. To light it, just go to lightning, push in on it. And then you got to hold it for a couple seconds because there's a little thermocouple right back there that it has to heat up.
Okay.
When you're cooking, frying pan's no bigger than that.
Okay.
You go to big frying pan, all this nice little rubber, pretty stuff. Bye. So if you just touch it, you wake it up. It says off right there. Next one is fan. So we can turn on just the fan on the air conditioner to move air if we want to. I can do that. So you hit up or down, it's either going to go high or low.
Okay.
And then a few seconds later, there's your fan. And it's coming through.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool.
When you're done with that, make sure you always park it back in auto.
Okay.
Because if you leave it in high and then scroll down and shut it off, it will shut off. But the next time you come in, let's say you want the furnace, you turn the furnace on and you're plugged in, this fan will come on. Because all the controls for the furnace and AC are up here in the AC. The next one is air conditioning. Next one is heat pump. And then, nope, I lied. It's furnace, then heat pump.
Okay.
I don't let the AC or heat pump kick on because we're neck down to 15. And I shut the salesman's computers off and they get mad. I don't know why. And then to off, and then once it's done, it'll go down. If you have it on temperature and someone touches the up and down arrow at the same time, it'll change it to Celsius. So if you get in here and it says 12, just touch the up and down at the same time, it'll change it back to Fahrenheit. This one and this one are your intake screens for your air conditioner. So you just pull down, wash them in warm soapy water, let them dry, put them back in. This one here is the ceiling lights above the bed.
Okay.
This one is your reading lights.
Got it.
Is what they call it. The little black plug back there is USB ports. Water pump switch right here. Foot flush toilet. So when you're done, you step all the way down, let her run for a couple seconds to add some water to it. When you're done, step down just a little bit more. Add about that much water in there. That'll create a gasket so no smell comes up from the toilet.
Got it.
This is a water saver. And if you hit the trigger, nothing happens. You actually have to be stepping on the treadle to get it to work.
That's just for cleaning the toilet up a little bit? Okay.
Exactly. Water filter's right in there. Your whole system water filter. So your refrigerator. Your main control's right here. So if you touch it right now, it brightened up a little bit. Now we have control. If you push and hold, that's going to shut it off. To turn it on, just touch it. I have it in auto.
Okay.
So it's going to search for electricity first. Since we're plugged in, that's what we're running off of. As soon as I go out there and disconnect, it'll automatically kick to propane. It does have a battery mode. You have to manually kick it into battery. The only time you want battery is when you're driving down the road.
Okay.
Because that's 1500 watts. It'll eat those two brand new batteries in about 9 hours.
So you're driving down the road, you put it in battery mode, and
Yeah.
then say you hook up the shore power, then you kick it back over to the...
Just hit A.
Yeah. And if you're boondocking...
You just leave it on auto.
Yeah.
And it'll, if you're not plugged in, it'll go to propane. If you do plug in,
Got it.
or you fire up the generator, it'll go over to electric.
Okay. And what do people usually do at night? Like, if you're boondocking...
Just leave it on.
Just leave it on and let it...
Let it do its thing.
Cool.
For every 1 minute you have the door open, it takes an hour for the fridge to recover that temperature loss.
Oh, okay.
So it's slow. So if you can park the driver's side in the shade, it will help.
Okay.
The next one over looks like a TV screen.
Yep.
If you ever get into a high humidity area and you notice water building up on your frame, just hit that button, it turns on a heater and dries it off.
Okay.
Next one over is your temperature, 1 through 5. Never try to go above 4.
Okay.
5 just makes them work too hard.
Got it.
If it's going to propane and it fails to light, it'll try to light 3 times, then this triangle is going to start flashing at you. If it does that, just push the triangle, that'll reset it, and it'll try again. Usually what I tell people is if it failed to light, reset it, shut it off, light a burner, just to make sure you do have propane flowing through the system. Sometimes it's an air bubble and it takes a few times to get it worked through.
Got it. And if we're filling the propane, just hit the power button and shut it completely off?
Hit that, your button up here for your hot water heater, shut it off.
Okay.
And make sure your thermostat's in the off position.
Got it.
Another cute little feature they have on this is they have a little tab underneath here. If you push it like that, then it becomes like a household fridge.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to grab anything. Getting ready to go, just push down on it, then it latches.
Got it.
Convection microwave. They lied to us as kids, said never put metal in a microwave. So microwave side is all down here, convection is all up here. There is a good video online from what I hear on how to operate that. So it's a screw-on style. So when you put it in, just go till it snugs, one-handed. Don't do a two-hand.
Okay.
Because if it gets hot and everything expands,
Yep.
you're going to need a strap wrench to get it out. But to release it, the little black button there, just stand on it. That releases the lock and lets you come out.
Okay.
So back one's just storage.
Okay.
And you'll see chains in here. What that's for is to hook here, so that way it holds it down below the slide.
I gotcha.
Because if you have them up and they're hooked underneath that lip and you run them in, ouch. Sewer hose holder there. On your gen set, to open it up, you got 2 black tabs. You just rotate them 90, hold the door towards you. So that's your oil-filled dipstick right there. You do have a start-stop out here. Right here beside, I'll light it up for you, make it easier. Right there, that is your circuit breaker for your gen.
Okay.
So if you ever fire this thing up and it's been running for like 3-4 minutes and you don't have power, shut it off, come out here, look at it, and if it's pushed back like that, it tripped for some reason.
Got it.
Could have been vibration of the road, whatever.
Yeah.
So with it off, just pull it back towards you, start it up and go again.
Okay.
The sequence for getting power into the coach through the generator is you fire it up, it does a self-diagnostic. Then it kicks it to the surge protector. Surge protector likes it, it kicks it to the transfer switch. Transfer switch likes it, it puts it inside. So it can take from 30 seconds to about 1.5 minutes before you get power. The easiest way to know if you have power is if your microwave's on.
Okay.